Friends, welcome to HBU Chapel in 2021. Here we are. I can't wait to dive into what we have. There's really exciting stuff to talk about and stuff that I think is really important that's going to come out of Scripture. Jesus tells the story of a lost coin, a lost sheep, a lost son. And in these parables Jesus is telling, he's actually saying what God is like. Like that we feel like we're any of these items lost in the world, or that we're not valued, or that we're not counted, that we stand outside, but there is this God who hunts us down, pursues us, and finds us, and it's a God who won't quit. Go read all three of them and see what Jesus is talking about in this God of unconditional love.
There's a voice that cries out in the silence, searching for a heart that will love him, longing for a child that will give him their all, give it all. He wants it all. And there's a God that walks over the earth. He's searching for a heart that is desperate and longing for a child that will give him their all, give it all. He wants it all. And he says,
the opposite of ambition is not humility, it's laziness. No, ambition rightly applied, ambition like that has a clear goal in mind. It's what seeks excellence. It's what stands up and gets one ready for life. There's so much of that here, and I love that. You don't need the attention of the crowd because you can pay attention to the one. You don't need 100 likes. You need the love of the one who made you and knows you and searched you and known you, the very root of your life, the very love that gives you the source of your life and your breath and all that you are. Know that that's He sees you. He knows you. He knows you're rising up and you're falling down. Can you see how it's a vaccination for our wandering, aimless ambition to be seen? It may be the very thing we need more than ever right now.
be thou my wisdom and thou my true worth. I ever with thee and thou with me, Lord. Thou and thou only first in my heart. Great God of heaven, my
We're in a dark room in our house, let's say, and you turn off all of the lights. It's nighttime. You think you're surrounded by nothing. You can't see anything. It feels dark. It can be depressing. It can be scary. But the cool thing about light is it manifests itself through different wavelengths. Humans can only see one narrow region of all the forms light can take. There are X-rays, gamma rays, infrared light. So even when you're in that dark room, completely pitch black to human eyes, you're still surrounded, almost hugged by infrared light, radio waves. God is still there in the darkness. And I think light also sort of acts in the same way. If we have eyes, we're instruments to see him.
If God is speaking to us through creation, some theologians have even said creation was the first Bible. John, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, the Word was with God. It's saying that actually, this Word who is God's presence, Christians, we would say Christ is God's presence. Christ being there at the beginning, is that even in creation, God is speaking from the very beginning. God was speaking and is trying to say something to us through creation. And why this is so amazing to me is that if we paid attention to not just human bodies, but all bodies and the ability to heal themselves, it should just blow our minds, I think. Cars don't do this.
The underlying molecular processes that I know are underlying that healing is just very humbling. And I'm just, thankful to be alive and be able to reflect on these little details and connectedness of all things, so to speak. Yeah.
I had come home from school and we were studying evolution, and I was getting really into it and really interested in it, but I felt this weird tension within me because for some reason I hadn't been told it was okay to study at the time, and no one told me not to, but it was contradicting what I had read in Genesis and how I would read that story and what had been taught to me. And I came home and with some ache and some hesitancy, I said, "Mom, studying evolution makes a lot of sense to me. did God really create the world in 6 days and then rest? He looked back at me and said, Preston, what do you think a day is to God?
I can see your heart in everything. Every burning star is signifier of grace. Creation sings your praises so loud. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And then God said, let the earth bring forth creatures of every kind, everything under the sun. And it was so. And then God said, let us make human beings in our image, according to our communal likeness. And it was so.